The frozen wasteland of Kepler 442b stretched endlessly before Jake Miller, as his stolen ship crashed into the ice fields with a thunderous roar that echoed across the barren landscape for miles around, making every living thing within 50 kilometers aware of his violent arrival on this hostile alien world. Jake crawled from the wreckage, bleeding from multiple cuts on his face and arms, while his breath formed thick clouds in the bitter cold air that threatened to freeze his lungs with every desperate gasp he took while surveying the damage to his vessel and realizing he was completely stranded on this death world. The ship lay crumpled against a massive ice formation, its hull cracked open like an egg spilling precious supplies and equipment across the frozen ground, while sparks flew from damaged systems that would never function again, leaving Jake with only basic survival gear and his mechanical skills to keep him alive. 3 days passed as Jake struggled to build a shelter from salvaged hull plating and debris, while the planet's twin suns provided little warmth during their brief appearances above the horizon before disappearing again into the endless polar night that dominated this region of the world. On the 4th morning, Jake discovered strange energy readings coming from deep within a nearby ice cave system that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly rhythm that made his salvaged scanner go wild with readings he had never seen before in all his years working as a rebel mechanic. The cave tunnels led deeper underground, where the ice began to glow with an eerie blue light that seemed to emanate from crystalline formations embedded in the walls, while the temperature gradually increased, making Jake realize he was approaching something that generated significant heat at the heart of the cave system. Jake found her suspended in a pillar of living crystal that pulsed with energy, while maintaining her in perfect stasis, and even through the translucent barrier he could see she was the most beautiful being he had ever encountered in his travels across the galaxy. Princess Zara of the Thalassian Empire hung motionless in her crystal prison, wearing flowing robes that seemed to move despite her frozen state, while her silver hair cascaded around shoulders that belonged to a species Jake had only heard about in whispered legends told by smugglers in the Outer Rim territories. Her skin had a faint luminescent quality that made her appear almost divine, while her closed eyes held lashes so long they cast delicate shadows on her high cheekbones, and Jake found himself staring at her perfect features, wondering what circumstances had led to her imprisonment in this remote location. Jake spent hours examining the crystal prison, using his mechanical knowledge to understand the complex energy systems that maintained her stasis, while his scanner revealed that the prison was slowly failing after what appeared to be centuries of operation, without maintenance or repair. The princess stirred slightly when Jake touched the crystal surface, and for a brief moment, her eyes fluttered open, revealing irises that glowed like molten gold before closing again as the stasis field reasserted its hold over her consciousness, leaving Jake breathless at the brief glimpse of awareness he had witnessed. Working frantically with tools salvaged from his crashed ship, Jake began the delicate process of dismantling the stasis field generators, while being careful not to damage the systems that kept the princess alive during the transition from suspended animation back to full consciousness. Each component Jake removed required precise timing and careful handling, as the ancient alien technology responded to his human understanding of mechanical systems in ways that seemed almost impossible, yet somehow worked under his skilled hands, as if the machines recognized his expertise. Hours turned into days as Jake worked tirelessly to free the princess while surviving on emergency rations and water melted from ice, using heat generated by his makeshift repair equipment, all while fighting exhaustion and the constant threat of system failures. On the 7th day, the final energy conduit disconnected with a shower of sparks, and the crystal began to dissolve around Princess Zara as she took her first breath in over 300 years, while her golden eyes opened to focus on the human male who had accomplished what her own people had failed to achieve. Princess Zara spoke in a voice like music as she explained that she had been imprisoned by her own brother, who feared her growing power and popularity among their people, while she possessed abilities that could unite the warring factions of the Thalassian Empire under her rightful rule. Jake learned that despite appearing frozen and unconscious, Princess Zara had been fully aware during her imprisonment, experiencing every moment of isolation and despair, while dreaming of the day someone would free her from her crystal cage and help her reclaim her stolen throne. The princess revealed that she had sensed Jake's presence from the moment he crashed on the planet, and had somehow influenced the energy. Readings that led him to her prison while her psychic abilities allowed her to glimpse into his memories and see the good heart that drove him to help others as they prepared to escape the planet together. Princess Zara used her royal connections to contact loyal forces within the Thalassian fleet, while Jake worked to repair enough of his ship's systems to achieve orbit, where rescue vessels could intercept them safely. During their final night on the ice world, Princess Zara confessed that she had been drawn to Jake's courage and determination from the moment she sensed his presence, while her feelings had grown stronger as she watched him work tirelessly to free her, despite the personal danger. Jake realized that his attraction to the beautiful alien princess went far beyond her physical appearance, as he had come to admire her strength and intelligence, while her regal bearing and compassionate nature made him want to stand by her side through whatever challenges awaited. The rescue fleet arrived at dawn as Jake and Princess Zara stood together, watching the ships descend through the atmosphere while their hands touched for the first time, sending waves of energy between them that seemed to ignite the very air. Around their joined fingers, Princess Zara looked into Jake's eyes as the rescue shuttles landed and whispered that she had been burning for him all along during her frozen imprisonment, while her heart had chosen the rebel mechanic who had risked everything to save her from eternal captivity. Jake smiled as he realized that saving the frozen princess had led him to discover not only true love, but also a purpose greater than his previous life as a rebel fighting against various governments, while now he would stand beside royalty as they worked to bring peace to the galaxy. The story ended as they boarded the rescue shuttle together, with Princess Zara wearing Jake's jacket over her royal robes, while their future stretched before them, filled with adventure, romance, and the promise of building something beautiful from the ashes of their previous lives.